Hello, everyone, and welcome. Stephanie Chin is joining us today. Where are you from, Stephanie?
I'm from New Jersey in the US.
Can you give us some of your background, please?
I'm actually a sixth grade math teacher, and I only just started pursuing music about 6 years ago, a little bit with cover bands, and I started writing music a little bit after that. So I had my debut EP in 2018, and I just released a single last Friday, actually. So slowly but surely developing my music.
It's a big step, so congratulations for you.
Thank you.
When did you decide that you actually want to pursue this career, or is it just hobby for you?
So for a while, it was just a hobby because I didn't believe that I could really have any success with it. It wasn't until I started performing in open mics in 2013 that people started approaching me and telling me how good I sounded. And then somebody asked me if I wanted to be in a band. I was like, oh, okay. Somebody actually thinks that I'm good enough to be part of something bigger than just, open mics. The way I was doing it was almost like karaoke. So so when they asked me to be in a band, I was like, okay. So I wet my feet with that a little bit. I got more comfortable. It was a cover band. And after I did the cover band thing for about a year, I was thinking I should really do more of this on my own, where I can do all the songs that I want to do instead of having to filter it through somebody else to make sure they want to do it also. I just can make the decisions. I've always had more of an entrepreneurial mindset. I never really pursued it heavily, but with this, I feel like I can really embrace that and develop that.
Okay, so tell me a little bit more about these open mics. When do they place these mics? Which location? Maybe some community?
Yeah, so it was all local, just around New Jersey. I did because that's where I live. So maybe all within an hour of my house, I would just show up. There would be meetups online that would say where they were having these open mics, and I would come hoping somebody else could play guitar for me, or I would come with tracks on my phone and just sing a couple songs. And from there, the other people who were actual musicians who played instruments, then they started hooking up with me, which was really nice.
Okay, how did you pick up the genre?
So the genre, that's actually another path for me because I didn't know what genre I really wanted to be in. So my first EP, because it was my first and because I was writing with different people, the genres are kind of all over the place. On my first EP, Hold On to Hope, which is the t-shirt I'm wearing,
Okay.
I have rock on there. I have R&B on there. I have like singer-songwriter stuff, like just regular pop. And after doing that for a little bit and again doing more cover songs, I just started noticing that I felt most at home with R&B and soul. And even that's what I grew up a lot with Janet Jackson and Whitney Houston. I would listen to a lot growing up. And now like Alicia Keys, I followed her. I followed
Oh,
Mariah
I love Alicia
Carey.
Keys. Mhm.
Yeah, right.
Which is your
So,
favorite song
which is my favorite of
of Alicia?
Alicia's?
Yeah.
Ooh, well, I like her new one, Underdog. But of her older stuff, I'm really digging If I Ain't Got You right now. I love that song.
It is one of my favorites.
So my genre is not just R&B, but it's positive R&B. Like I knew that even in the first EP, it was all about positive messaging because that's what I need to hear. I need to hear things that uplift me. I need to keep my head in a good space if I want to, do good things in the world. If I'm going to be at my best self, I need to hear those kinds of positive, uplifting messages. So I wrote the music that I needed to hear. Those are songs to remind me of what I need to, keep my mind focused on.
Do you consider yourself positive person in general?
Yes, that's where I have a big focus on positivity. Like I have, little posters here around my desk of things to help me focus on things like I believe, I'm a force for good, I live with passion, I'm a leader, things to, because the world is so negative. If you just let it go on like on neutral, so to speak, it's like gravity is just naturally pulls you down. So you have to kind of counteract that with affirmations or meditation or positive music or things of that nature. So yeah, that's my goal, is to be a positive person.
Do you use any techniques to achieve that, or you wake up in good spirits? How that happens?
Oh, I start with affirmations. I have this list. My friend Jen, she said that I should collect anytime somebody says something good about me, whether I believe it or not, and put it in the form of I am. So somebody told me the other day that an amazing friend. So I wrote that in my list. I'm an amazing friend, and or things that I want to be, like I am ambitious, or I am focused, I am driven. So I have this long list of things that either I aspire to be, or things that I like about myself, or things that other people have said to me that are positive, and I start my day with reading those. I should read them multiple times a day, but for right now, it's just in the morning.
It's a nice technique. I didn't know this exists. Actually, a
Yeah,
nice technique.
yeah. The words I am are very powerful in your conscious when you say it to yourself.
Coming back to your way as a musician, what was the first, like, maybe small achievement but significant for you?
First small achievement but significant was probably my first solo show. It was just me and my brother, but it was the first time I was billing it as a Stephanie Chin show instead of my cover band. And so my brother was playing piano, and it was in this little restaurant in the town where I spent a lot of time. I didn't grow up there because I moved there when I was about 15, but I spent a good amount of time there.
But you were born in
And
America, right? In the United
I was
States.
born in America. Yeah, my dad's family was born in China. My mom's family was born in Puerto Rico.
Oh,
But
okay.
yeah,
That's
we're
a
a
common
little,
thing for America. Everybody's from
yeah, yeah, everybody's from
everywhere.
everywhere else. um, but so this little restaurant, it actually had a little bitty stage and lights, and so that was my first solo show. And for me, that was a big deal. And my friends and coworkers came out, and it was really nice.
How
I
many people
felt,
were there?
maybe, I don't know, 50 people came.
50,
So
50, right? Not
five
bad.
zero, yeah.
Not bad for the
Yeah.
first show.
Yeah, it was really nice. Yeah.
What are your songs about? What do you write about?
I write about things that I've learned and that I need to remember. So I study a lot of Tony Robbins, Deepak Chopra, Gabby Bernstein, Marianne Williamson. So the messages that I hear from those teachers, I write about them. I write about gratitude. I write about positive mindset. I write about love. As most people do, because that's the most powerful thing. So yeah, I have a foster daughter. She wants me to write a song about her. So that'll be my next song. Will be about her, and which will be centered around love. So.
Okay. If you write song about love and all the other people they also write about love,
Mm-hmm.
what do you think? What can make your song stand out?
So I have this one song called Better Words, because I always felt like the words I love you weren't enough. And so far, people have really enjoyed that song. It always moves them to tears. So it's still a love song, but in that song, there's story. It starts with, people being just in a relationship, but then developing that to a marriage and then having a child. So I think that arc in the song really connects with people. And also just the fact that, we do, at least here in the States, we use the words I love for a lot of things. I love coffee. I love when it's sunny out. I love my dog. And then when you say I love you to the person that's the object of your affection, it doesn't seem to mean as much because you're using it for everything else. So the song Better Words, I wish I had better words than I love you. It's like it reaches something that's relatable that a lot of, maybe hasn't been said before. So that's my guess as to why that people have responded to that love song so well. And my newest song, Vision of Us, was about, that kind of battle that sometimes happens in relationships
I
when
saw that video
one,
actually. I
you
saw the
saw it?
video. Yeah, I
Oh,
saw it. It's good. It's good.
thank you.
But personally, I like more that previous song, which I
Yeah.
found on Facebook. But this one is also good. Yeah,
Okay. Thank you.
yeah.
Um, so with that song, Vision of Us, it's about that battle with fear versus love, which is a common theme. I mean, I feel like that's what all the Disney movies are about. Is like all the Frozen movies are fear versus
Fear,
love.
fear. What do you mean? Fear, like fear to step forward?
Fear to step forward, yeah. Fear to open up, fear to trust. So in Vision of Us, it's more about like being afraid to trust because of things that have happened in the past. And so then there's the other partner that has the belief and is trying to bring up that other person. So it's like that push and pull kind of feeling.
So in a
So
relationship, I mean, in order to have a relationship, somebody has to make a first step, right?
yeah, yeah. And sometimes it changes, sometimes, if this person's feeling up and that person's feeling down, then, they lift that person up. And, because life is like that. Life, you have ups and downs. You have your good days and you have your bad days. But that's the beautiful thing about a partnership is that you can, help balance each other out and, keep moving forward.
I think speaking about relationship, like you can speak forever about relationship. Like
This is true.
it's like a forever question. If you don't know what to speak about on any show, you just go. What do you think? What do you think is a good relationship, basically?
What do I think is a good relationship? When two people are accepting of that person and not just accepting but celebrating each other as they are. They're not trying to change them. They're not loving them in spite of something else. They're just loving them as they are. And when you have the same vision, when your paths are aligned or at least complementary, so in that sense they're aligned. For example, my wife is an artist and she believes in pursuing her passion, and she took a leap and left her corporate job and has been pursuing fine art,
Fine
and that
arts.
has encouraged
So she's
me.
drawing pictures, right?
Yeah, she draws pet
She's,
portraits. Yeah.
oh well.
Yeah. So she encourages me to pursue my passion. If my partner was somebody who just worked in a corporate job and they thought that was it, that's just about stability. It's not about pursuing what you love. They wouldn't support me with my music. So you have to have visions that are aligned for the future. If one person wants family, one person doesn't, then that's not going to work either. So aligned visions and complete acceptance,
It's
those are the
difficult,
main
right?
things.
It is
Oh
difficult.
yeah, yeah. I
Because
think
sometimes
so,
you cannot. My opinion is you cannot go into somebody else's head.
right,
Either they have something in their head or they don't, and you cannot change it.
right. Yeah. I think a lot of people jump in and they get serious too soon. Like if you get to know people more, then you'll figure out, are your visions aligned? Do they really accept you as you are? Because a lot of people, you put on your best face in the beginning, and so you really want to wait until people just relax and they're totally themselves. So you can really see what kind of character that person is. What do they really want in their life, and does it really mesh with what you want in your life?
Let's talk about creativity now. How does creativity help people?
Creativity really helps in so many aspects. I wish more people would pursue creativity in some way, shape, or form, even if it doesn't make you any money. Just the art, that the act of creating, like that's what we were born to do.
I
Like if
think
you if you
people are
want to get
insecure, People are insecure about
People
themselves.
are insecure. Yeah. Well, that's why I said if you don't, even if you don't make money, if you just do it for you in your house, you want to draw or paint, you don't have to, you don't have to post about it. If you want to write a song, whatever it is, but you need to keep those creative juices flowing. When the Bible says that we were created in His image, He's a creator, so we are creators, and I think when we don't create, that's when we feel stuck and we feel sick and we feel heavy because we're not doing what we were supposed to do.
Do you actually prepare yourself to create something, or you just, when you feel that you are creative today, you create? How's that work for
It's
you?
a little bit of both. Last year, I really wanted to give myself a push because I was feeling nervous and what's the word? I guess fearful about writing, like thinking that I couldn't write anything worthwhile. I was
Writer's
afraid.
block, they say, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I forced myself to write 50 song ideas over the summer because I teach and I don't teach over the summer. So I had this time to focus on music.
Right.
So not songs, not full songs, just song ideas. So in that sense, I was very intentional. I set a time. Okay, I'm just going to write some ideas. Also, I try to keep my mind free where if something comes up, I'll record a quick voice memo on my phone and then I can use that and help flesh that out, in one of those writing sessions where I'm intentional. But usually, sometimes it comes, but usually it's pretty intentional. Like my one song, Essence, I actually woke up with the melody for that one. That's the only time that ever happened. I just woke up with a melody. And when I work with my producer, he helps me clean up my songs and develop them a little bit more. So,
Okay, if there was anything significant for your fans that you wanna tell them about you, or maybe new fans, like people who will just discover your music, what would you say?
hmm.
The message you said, like, what's the message in from
Well,
there?
so my main mission with my music is to inspire others to be loved, to be present, and to achieve their dreams. And that's what I want to do with my music, is to create that space of positivity, that space where people are encouraged, because we need that. I don't feel like there's enough of that. So that's my main thing with my music, and hopefully you're having fun while you're listening to it.
Okay. So from my side, I wish you success and that you also have fun and you also achieve your goal.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you. You can see the detailed information about our guests and the projects in the description section of this video. If you like our project and you want to support it, please share our page on Facebook, follow us on Instagram. If you're interested in joining the project, you can send me a direct message. And thank you for watching.